Welcome. If you don't know me, my name is Dunya, and thank you for joining me. I always like to sit folded up in a chair. This is the nicest kind, great big club chair. Yeah, the big chair, but I'm also fine folded up, perched on a chair that doesn't have arms and is kind of, as if you would sit on the floor really. And I think the main thing is that I love to fold my legs up. When my parents were alive and they sat in this spot, this was where they always sat because there's a window with a view out the back and the sun and the light coming in. And so they had their two chairs. I'm actually sitting in the spot my mom sat in. And as a visitor, when I had gone away to live in New York and then I came back to visit them, I would pull another chair around to form a little semicircle. I would always perch up on that chair, but they would sit with their feet on the floor and, more, I guess, formal way. I never saw my parents be anything but relatively formal in a relaxed way, but, they never folded their legs up underneath them. And I always just thought, oh, it's because I'm a dancer or I'm a meditator or whatever, I'm like this. But I think it's just I was really a different generation where we sit on the furniture in a very casual, and we expect furniture to be very casual, whereas I think their generation expected furniture to support a formality. And a lot of that old Victorian furniture is definitely for, short day visits or, morning visits. Somebody would come to visit briefly and they would sit for half hour and they would sit upright with good posture, and they wouldn't be lounging around. I was at my friend Stephanie's house in Cambridge in Boston, and she had a wonderful book on, I was actually recovering from surgery at the time, and I just read a lot of the things that she had kindly left for me on the table beside. I just spent my first few days out of the hospital at her place. And one of them was a book on how in your living room, your sitting room, you should have two very comfortable chairs and one semi-comfortable chair. There probably is a better word for it than that, but basically that was the concept. Or if you really didn't want people to stay for a long time, you could have one comfortable chair for yourself in a day-to-day use, and then two other chairs that were comfortable enough, but they weren't really, meant to be sat in for hours and hours. But I just thought that was so funny, as that you would design the length of how long you would like your visitor to stay according to the cushiness of the furniture in the room versus how it looks. That hit a good thing for me. I'm always very interested in how things feel. How a room looks, certainly, but how it feels. So anyway, in your sitting room that you have guests in, you can adjust the comfort levels.